Hello, hello. Hello. It's like echo. Hello. Oh boy. I'm having to take my own advice a lot these days. Sometimes I'll do the reading and I'll not fully realize that it's for me too. And when I rewatch it, I'll say, oh God, I'll hear it. I'll hear it coming back to me, this advice. And lately it's been about that micromanaging the universe business. I'm in the midst of like a logistical, what's the polite way to say it? Poo storm. That's really affecting my plans for the rest of the summer and into the fall. And I'm very frustrated about it. And again, as I'm always sort of saying in these videos, let it come up and out. Because if you don't, it just roils inside of you. I mean, I can feel it, the corrosive effect of my frustration and anger. Second arrow, I'm pissed by what's going on, and then I'm doubling down on it because I can't seem to kick it or walk it off or whatever. So that's my challenge, because I think those things that just make our heads want to explode are also, there's always a lesson in it. There's like a pearl in the oyster. The beautiful thing that's actually formed around the irritant. That's how oysters respond to the grit or the invasive thing. A pearl. And the other thing I thought was, a lot of times when I'm in an insane conflict with somebody or a group of people, this is the case with this one, just by sort of having the mantra be, God grant them peace. I'm pissed at them, but I'm trying to say, God grant them peace. Because that's almost as important or more important than me saying, God grant me peace. That's not micromanaging the universe when you pass it over to God. Bring us peace. So that'll be my meditation for the next month and a half. And I'm catastrophizing a little bit, but not only a little bit. It's not like I'm under siege the way a lot of people really are in the world. This is peanuts compared to that, and it's still throwing me into a place. My mother used to say, I could spit nails. And I was thinking of that this morning. It's like I'm a nail gun. So as I get it up and out, I have to be very careful about taking it out on people who it really isn't their fault. It's just logistics, and it just sucks, and that can't be helped, really. So, I'm sorry if I come here with that kind of agitated energy, but maybe it'll resonate with some of you guys. With every reading, it's not going to hit the bullseye with everybody. But hopefully there's something in the message. What do I have here? Wow. 4 of Wands. Ace of Swords. Amen to that. I hope those come out again. Okay. One of the ways I've learned to deal with that anger, and this was years ago, when somebody in my family, there was one person, notably, who was just so angry I'd pick up on it. That energy, contagious energy, sometimes contagion, that we were talking about yesterday or the day before. And And I found that it helped. I mean, this sounds just crazy, but if I went outside and spat, it was like I could spit out the poison. It was like, you know, when somebody's bitten by a snake and you can cut the thing and suck the venom out. And, I mean, I've seen it done on cowboy movies. So I could put my head in that place and just, it worked. Spit out the anger. The venom that is now circulating through my system. And then I got the image a little bit later of waving the white flag. I have a hanky in my pocket, and I was thinking, wave it. Surrender to the idea that this has a purpose, and it's going to help somehow in the long run, even if it only teaches me how to forgive through the grace, you know. Let's go. Okay, it'll be slow going. A month and a half of calming my nervous system down, because it's just, I'm so triggered. But this is being, working through it. Because Pentacles are about work and about time. So it's not a quick fix. And it's somehow to stay grounded and keep the forward movement going when the circumstance or logistics seems to be throwing up barrier after challenge after. You know, it's like one of those reality shows where you have to eat eyeballs and, you know, swim through in order to. It's an endurance test, at least for me. Get through it slowly, surely, step by step. Stay grounded. Indeed. What else? What's this? How do we get through it? Give us some advice. Okay. Fool. Archetypal energy of the leap of faith into the unknown. With intention, ready to begin, you know, on the Fool's journey, the journey toward the wholeness. This is a card of the self. It's Aries. Because in some ways, that leap you do alone. You know, you have the support of this little, the familiar, the little companion, which is you kind of giving yourself the final nudge. Go for it. So maybe it's slowly working up, step by step by step, to this edge. To this edge. Fire sign energy of Aries. Right. Wowie. Another major arcana. Wheel of Fortune. You know, that's kind of like stepping up to karmic destiny. Willing to begin. Willing to trust the universe, not to micromanage anything. You know, this is sort of taking the steps to do what you can in 3D. Forward to the edge. Then you leap. With the faith that this is in your best interest. It's your karmic destiny somewhere. It's the wheel of karma coming around. You know, do you trust the universe? You do if you do this. Leap towards your karmic destiny. You know, the lessons that the universe is trying to teach you. And I got the idea of repercussions, like percussion, sound, you know. Repercussions. Just a host of major arcana coming after this page of Knight of Pentacles. What happens in 3D, step by step by step, where time is a factor. where everything material is a factor. But it's, all this major arcana energy of the psyche going on underneath it. Fool, Wheel of Fortune, Justice. The card of a Libra. And I think it's how to maintain your equilibrium. How to stay grounded, how to stay brave, how to stop micromanaging to get on the wheel, to trust this forward movement. It'll land you in a better place. That has to do with balance and clarity. Spitting nails over here on a nail gun. High Priestess. I mean, they just keep coming. This is the intuitive, the one who listens for the messages from Spirit and looks for them. Peers into the mystery, listens with her big receivers, these ears that are these, I never can remember the name of it, satellite dishes, these scoops on her ear that magnify the sound. Receive the messages, and sort of surrender to the universe. Even in the mystery of it, you have the faith to go forward. Into the unknown, to a certain extent, it's the unknown. But you have a clarity to see in this sword energy way, intellectual clarity, that objective sense of balance and fairness. And it's matching up with your internal ability to see, a different kind of seeing than that sword energy. Because swords are about clarity of vision, clarity of thought. This is another kind. Behind the veil. She can see what's going on behind the veil. The truth. Remember, that was on the split when we started. This is alignment. Being aligned with the truth. To hear the messages. And how they apply to our everyday life. This is minor arcana. These are the two minor arcana. This forward, slow movement, slow progression, but yes, growth. Yes, growth and patience. And time to hear the truth. She's listening. The truth. And in a way, the objective truth. What the agreed upon, culturally, like the judgment that we theoretically all will abide by. The common law, as it were. And this is a personal truth. Aces can speak to I. Fool speaks to I. So somehow you, because Fool is a card of you. It's a card of Aries, but it's a card of fire sign. The Fool's journey, at least in terms of the first leap, is up to the individual to take it or refuse it. The horse that refuses the jump. I grew up on a horse farm, so that's, it stops and you kind of have the momentum and you go over the ears. This is not a refusal. This is saying yes to what the universe might have in mind for me. Listening for the truth. Trying to align with the truth. With the common law truth. And we got two more. Wow. I don't know. We keep getting these repeats. Ace of Pentacles. This bright new opportunity. the truth that you can bring into reality, the thought, the clarity, that you can ground it. That's an opportunity for something real and tangible. The idea comes first. We keep sort of getting that. And then how do I plant the seed? How do I actually bring it into 3D? Pentacles are about that daily life energy. How do I get through the day? Step by step by step, drawing on these archetypal energies of courage to take the leap toward the karmic destiny. Balanced and fair and clear. You know, clear in your analytical brain and in your ability to see through the veil. That kind of knowing. Intuitive. You know, receiving the truth. It's a feminine energy, a moon energy of receiving the light. Receiving the light. Okay, and this is the new opportunity being presented. And here is this beginner's mind energy. It's an energy of, I wrote it down somewhere, because sword energy is always tricky for me. And I wrote it down, but I didn't. Well, it's about gathering information. You know, looking into something. You know, with the brain part of you. Getting more information about what's true. If I look at it with a fresh eye and sort of take up the sword. Take up that clarity. It's a new, fresh, it's beginner's mind. And this is sort of beginner's growth. We always have to renew that, you know, because the circumstance will knock us off our pins sometimes. And we have to try to stay aligned. And this too shall pass kind of attitude. It shall pass. And we keep going steadily forward. This too shall pass. You know, because it's the Knight of Pentacles is the land of the temporal that this knight is navigating. Up and out. Okay. This is a card of looking forward to the future. I've made a decision, Two of Wands, about what action I'm going to take. And this is sort of waiting for the response. I've sent out the question. I'm waiting for the answer. That kind of thing. And I'm reminded, question, sort of like quest. This character is definitely embarking on a quest. You know, an epic quest. It's a major arcana. This isn't really like this. This is minor arcana, and it's small at that. It's a page. But how do we take on the epic quest? You know, step by step by step. Learning about it as we go. Sorry. You know, learning about it as we go. Learning on the fly. And what's coming in? You know, what have we manifested? We've asked the question of the universe, and it's going to bring something in. It's clarifying wheel. The future is so bright, I got to wear shades, that kind of thing. You know, Wands energy, fire energy. Fire energy. Look to the future. You know, you're about to take a major leap of some kind. And it's good. Wheel always lands us in a better place. It's forward movement on our kind of destined path. And I just love that. And this is kind of anticipating it. Waiting for it. It's coming. It's coming fast, Wands energy. Sort of now, Fool's energy. And this is sort of like, here it is. I know it's coming. I can see it. You know, I have some clarity now. I can see the truth. Let's clarify justice, please. This, I keep hearing common law. You know, it's not just my personal truth, Ace of Swords. It's an agreed upon idea of what's fair. Oh, do I love this. We got these cards yesterday. A card of Aquarius. We're in Aquarius full moon. What's being revealed? This is Aquarian sword energy. This is kind of like destiny, that karmic thing smiling on you. You're guided there. You're not alone. Your guides, your guiding lights are bright. They'll lead you to the place of healing and rebirth, to the new thing, the fruitful, fertile ground where you can plant this seed, you know, and it will grow slowly. Knight of Pentacles. Eight of Wands. Again, that fire energy. This can be being in the flow, communication, actual, in the flow movement, or actually moving, you know, not being stuck, you know, heading to some place. But see how some of the wands face one way and some face the other way, I'm pretty sure. You know, but it's something at a distance. It's communication from this point to that point. And see, there's sort of this river. It's the slipstream. I always call this card the flow and then mention slipstream. But there it is. There it is. We can see it from here. You know, there's distance, but the distance is somehow breached. You know, you're able to cross over. So tell us about this communication or flow or crossing the river. Okay, we've got a huge glob. But I love it because I saw the first one out as the crossing the river card. Tarot just blows my mind. I mean, look at that. And again, it's in sword energy. You know, calming, going to a safer place, a safe harbor, calming the nervous system. Because Five of Swords is conflict and agitation. This is like getting out of Dodge, at least mentally. Crossing the river. Oh dear, I guess. I said at a Five of Swords, but it involves Seven of Swords, which can be a false front. You know, something somebody's doing surreptitiously. And it's 6 to the 7, so it may be you or whoever's making this. You know, it's like not advertising it. It's strategically getting out. And to me, that means, in this context, anticipating that it's not going to, you know, that if people know sword energy, you're making this change, it may upset them. So you have to sort of, you go anyway. I had a Seven of Swords card here, but I think I moved it. Well, where are we crossing to? Milk and honey on the other side. Milk and honey on the other side. This Seven of Swords is a bit dodgy. Yeah, okay, we're going to clarify the dodgy. Well, there may be a delay, a need for surrender, a need even for sacrifice, which this can mean sometimes. Getting into an uncomfortable position in order to process perhaps uncomfortable feelings. But there's an enlightenment. You know, when you finally get down out of this kind of yogic posture that you have to be in to get the enlightenment, you will have processed your feelings, your water energy. You know, we've seen a lot of water images. The flow in Eight of Wands and the crossing over in Six of Wands. This is not micromanaging. The Wheel of Fortune, you know, the destiny the universe has in mind for you. It's sort of like go limp in its arms. But I also think that this card of communication and flow will bring a kind of, in that water flow energy, enlightenment about deep feelings. The conversation will involve deep feelings. Deep feelings. King of Cups. The one who can feel all of it. Who's open-hearted, not selectively. It's always a bit selectively, I guess, but it's, you know, it's as open as he can be, he, she, they. Actively open on the basis of this deep dive, the revelations that come from this slightly suspended, kind of for the greater good. Oh, card of waiting, hot on the heels of this forward movement. Empress. A card of, you know, creativity. What do we birth into the world? Oh, I've done it again. No, I haven't. I thought it might be strength because I've misread those cards a lot. This is the energy, in some ways, of this. The feminine energy of receiving, of knowing your value, you know, of not trying to chase it down, surrendering to something and letting it come to you. Divine feminine is quite strong in this reading. This card of Taurus, also Libra by some people's interpretations, and to my mind, all the earth signs and all the feminines. I mean, it's a really inclusive card. You know, the king is sort of all the masculine energies. She's all the feminine energies. Fertile. Creative. What? Five of Swords. I mean, if there's a disturbance in, I'm getting like in the energy field. I mean, Empress is in many ways unflappable. You know, she's an earth sign. She's grounded. whatever comes her way in the terms of challenging logistics, that's like, her nervous system is not challenged. That major arcana of stability, of Gaia, of ultimate groundedness, certainly overrides this cerebral poop storm. And the battle's over. The mental, because you're moving on from it. Somebody is. Perhaps sneaking into the land of milk and honey. I don't know why you'd have to sneak. Why 7 of Swords, 5 of Swords, please? What's the circumstantial, everyday life challenge of those sword energies? Well, you got to move on. With love in your heart. And this is also a card of like the 6 of Swords, getting clear mentally, going to calmer waters. And it will entail, this isn't like a sneaking away, but again, the full moon, the Aquarian full moon, what you let go of. Full moons are about that. And one of the things I did write down about this card, because there's a wand in the hand. It's a cup's energy, but it involves direction and forward movement in the realm of feelings. And I had written down walking stick. You're on the move, purposefully guided by your intuitions about where you need to go. Where you need to go, guided by the pull of a higher love. And you may have had to fight your way out, 5 of Swords. You had to sneak out, 7 of Swords. We're going to stop it here. This is too good. This is the card of healing and balance. In fire energy, Sagittarius. Major arcana. Card of healing, card of the blend, the synthesis. The everyday mind might see things, think of things as a battle, as a fight. Everything's against me kind of energy. But you're moving on from that. Divinely guided by this healing energy, angelic. She has 1 foot on the land, 1 foot in the water. She's grounded in her feelings, she, he, they. All angels are hermaphrodites. They're whole. And all of tarot is kind of hermaphroditic in that sense. The masculine and the feminine in balance. That's, that's brilliant. And I like the fact that there's this dawning sun over here and the dawning, the halo around her head. It's sort of like taking that warmth and illumination and fire into your psyche, by some sort of amazing grace. The universe is on your side, always. And the best thing we can do is align with it. To discover that truth as best we're able. Because it'll land us in a place It's forward movement on the level of archetype. And that's a big deal. We have a lot of major arcana here. A lot. There's a blessing in all of this. We have Pisces. We have Aries, Libra, Cancer, Pisces, and perhaps Libra again. And I think it's, I always used to ignore the Libra part because I didn't understand it. But look, there are these opposites. She sits between them. She's balanced. She, he, they. It's an energy of the balance between intuition and the clarity of intellect, sword energy. The balance. The balance. It's all over this read. Balance, balance. Follow the light. Moonlight, starlight, sunlight. It's leading you forward. You don't have to micromanage. You have to do the daily, it's sort of like yoga of the householder. Do the daily things, bringing as much the power of, that archetypal energy, which is very strong. It may be beneath the surface in a way, kind of moon energy, the stuff that's beneath the surface. But this is in daily life. Walking the path to where you belong, to that divinely endorsed destination. It's not fixed, but we can find it. We can find the higher love. It's like we are the love. We're naturally drawn to that water source. So courage, move it forward and trust that the universe is moving it forward. You're aligned with that, the wheel within the wheel. Ezekiel saw the wheel way up in the middle of the air. Wheel within wheel turning up in the middle of the air. Till next time, peeps.